Hey, how's it going? I'm Cody the Coin Raptor, and in today's video, we're going to talk about Bitcoin, chart TA, plus some really important metrics that I've been looking at. Now, Bitcoin today has had a pretty bad day, down for the most part about 2%, I think about the max, but we'll take a look at that when we go at the Bitcoin chart TA. I can show you exactly what I'm talking about. Now, the reason why Bitcoin kind of sold off today, along with the rest of crypto, is because Jerome Powell, the Federal Reserve Chair, gave a testimony to Congress today. And in that testimony, what he said was, the latest economic data has come in stronger than expected, which suggests that the ultimate level of interest rates is likely to be higher than previously anticipated. So this is very bearish right here, basically saying we're going to have to keep interest rates higher for longer. And so that kind of translated into a selling off of both the traditional markets and of crypto as well. Now, as a quick reminder, there's also going to be another testimony that he does tomorrow as well, because today he testified to the Senate. Tomorrow he's testifying to the House at about the same exact time. So we could see some more volatility tomorrow as well, depending on what he tells the House, though most likely his messaging is going to be very similar to what he told the Senate. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at our chart TA. So Bitcoin, as I said before, had kind of a weird hour when which he testified. You can see we have this giant volume candle right here, over 610 Bitcoin trading hands in 1 hour. And at first, what happened was it sold off all the way down here. Now you can see this incredibly long wick. I'm going to take the box out and you can see this a little bit better. This incredibly long wick. This is just a weird looking candle, but it came all the way down here. It touched this 21,900 level and it bounced off very quickly. Literally in the same hour, the dip buyers went in and they bought it all the way back up again, and it closed much higher here at 22,300. Now you can see that after that point, it kind of lost some strength and came back down again, and it retested this level here at about 22,000. And so that's right now where I am marking a strong support zone. So that level, in addition to the box that we had earlier, this box also represents a very strong support band as well. And what we're going to see here in the next couple of days is we're going to see probably a retest of this level here. But from the way things happened today, it really looks like there's a lot of buyers coming in to buy the dip, especially under this level here, under about 22,000. We're going to see some very strong interest among Bitcoin traders and long-term hodlers as well. Now, if we actually zoom out and we take a look at the daily, we can see here that on the daily, it's kind of come down here just a little bit. It's not anywhere close to where it was back in kind of earlier February. That went all the way down here to about 21,300. But what I do expect right now is that we will wind up getting a bit of a bounce here at the 200-day moving average. That puts us at about 21,800. Now, I'm really, if this level right here is absolutely essential, as I've been saying for the past couple of days, if it does not hold this level, then we could potentially be in for a greater amount of downside price action. So I'm looking for this level, 21,800 right now, to hold. And until it actually breaks below that level, I still remain bullish on the Bitcoin price. And right now, I still believe that this support level is going to hold, and we're going to wind up at least going sideways, if not making a bit of a higher high. That's what it seems like to me. Now, again, the Fed chairman, Jerome Powell, can throw another monkey wrench into things. He could definitely come out and be more hawkish. We could see a huge sell-off in Bitcoin and the crypto markets. Now, that's entirely possible. But the simple fact is, if you took him out of this equation, then I do think that we would definitely wind up being much higher today. All right, so if we go ahead and take a look at our Bitcoin funding rate, we can see something very similar kind of happen as well. So again, a funding rate is going to be our perpetual contracts, and it's going to be a determinant of the Bitcoin sentiment. Okay, so if the amount is green down here, what you're looking at is longs are paying shorts premium, and longs are dominant. And so what happened here is that we have this weird hourly candle here, and this was kind of matched by a pretty strong amount of bullish price action. There are a lot of longs that entered in at this particular spot right here. And they held even all the way through the second retest of that level at 22,000. So that, I think, is a pretty bullish sign, the fact that people are actually going and they're buying this dip, and they remain very committed to buying under 22,000. Now, I also want to go ahead and take a look at those who sold as well. So what we have here is the Bitcoin spent output profit ratio. This is the totality. We're going to go ahead and take a look at this first, and then we're going to look at the short-term and the long-term hodlers. But you can see that the Bitcoin, the total SOPR, went down dramatically today. I mean, it took a huge hit. It was all the way up here at about 0.99. Now it's all the way down here at 0.94. And so what that signifies is that people that were selling in the last day or two, they are selling at a pretty significant loss. So what that really tells me is that you have a lot of people who were buying up here near 24,000, near 25,000, and then they sold it off immediately. So we can actually take a look at that. It's more evident in the short-term SOPR. We take a look at the short-term SOPR here, and we have it mostly being above most of the short-term holders, these people that have held for less than 155 days, they have been in profit since January 7th. And what we have here right now is a majority of them in profit. And then as soon as we have today, we can see that a majority of them have slipped under that one line. So they were selling at a pretty significant loss. So this kind of backs up the idea that they were buying up here at about 25K or so, and then they were selling all the negative price action, all the complete drop here from about 25,000, and especially today's panic. They were selling, and they were selling at a loss. If you take a look at the long-term holder SOPR, this is people who have held longer than 155 days. The long-term holder SOPR is showing us right now that long-term holders are still in loss in aggregate. So they have been in loss collectively ever since ever since probably about a May or so. May, April timeframe last year, they've been collectively in loss. Now, I expect that this will eventually tick back up again, and they will eventually be back into profit, but it's probably going to take a little bit longer as they average down their positions and average down. And it's still much higher right now than it was back at the low here in November. November it was 0.35, which is pretty bad. Even at today's low, it's still 0.52, so they're not as deep in loss right now. People that are selling, these long-term holders that are selling are not in as deep a loss as they were back in December. Okay. Next, we're going to go ahead and take a look at Ethereum. So we have our Ethereum chart TA right here. Ethereum, just like Bitcoin, has very strong support right where it is, right where it bounced right here, which is about 1550. This is also where the 200-day moving average is for your EMA. And so this right here, I expect to also be very strong support for Ethereum. And if this level doesn't hold, then we could definitely come down all the way here to about 1460, somewhere in this range. 1500 most likely will be the next area of strong support. But the current area of support that we're looking at right now is about 1550. It likes this area, and it's been trading here for the past couple of days or so. Next, with our Binance Coin also has this strong support band here. Its strong support band goes from 287 all the way down here to about 281 or so. And what we're looking at for Binance Coin is that it's already gone below its 200-day moving average. Right now, it just needs to hold on to this 284 level, and we've seen today that it came down. It touched it briefly and got bought back up again, and now it's potentially speaking, moving sideways for the near term. That's what it looks like to me for Binance Coin. So overall, it's been kind of a crazy day on the market, and I'm honestly a little bit surprised that Bitcoin hasn't sold off more, considering the hawkish words from Jerome Powell. I mean, we had a somewhat small dip here, and then it was immediately bought up by long-term holders and most likely traders who are trying to sell it probably close to 25K. But that does show an underlying strength in the current Bitcoin short term. And I think that it's probably going to wind up holding this support level. Now, if it doesn't hold the support level, they'll have that conversation, and I'll point out to you where the relevant supports are going to be below that level and what I would expect from Bitcoin after that point. But until then, I think that this strong support level will hold. All right. So that's all I've got for you guys today. If you guys like this content, let me know. Like, subscribe, and go ahead and leave a comment below. Do you guys think this strong support is going to hold? Or do you think that we're going to go right through it? Are we going back to 18K, 16K, 17K, like I've seen some people on Twitter already talk about? Or do you guys think that this is a great dip buying opportunity? All right. So this is Cody the Coin Raptor, and I hope to catch you guys on the next video.